Hey guys, Mike here. This is the part 2 of our Masters athletes. I'm here with Coach Bill Johnson. He's one of our coaches at our gym, also one of our Masters athlete that participates in CrossFit, also participates in Olympic weightlifting. Pretty cool stuff. I know I had several people request that we do this, and just the leadership that Jeff Sasser and Bill Johnson provides to our gym, our community. I had several of our young bucks ask for this and told me, hey, I look up to those individuals. It'd be really, really cool, Mike, if you can get them on there. So I got Bill Johnson with me. Bill, just to start out, when did you start CrossFit and why?
I started out in 2012. Now, it was mostly CrossFit WODs. I was out there just doing a little bit of conditioning. It was not glamorous whatsoever. It was pretty poor, and a friend of mine introduced me to CrossFit WODs.
Yeah.
And we started doing it with the police cadets, and I really, really enjoyed them. And we did that for a couple of years. Until they kind of faded away. My friends kind of faded away. We were doing a little CrossFit, and then I just met Mike on the campus at University of Mount Olive, and he introduced me to it. And about 6 years ago, I made the jump to big CrossFit here at Goldsboro, and I've been here ever since. Plan to stay here forever.
Awesome, man. Awesome. What's the thing that makes you come back to CrossFit? What is the thing that makes you motivated to show up, to continue on with your fitness journey? What's that one thing? Everyone's got something that fires them up, that motivates them to be healthy, stay healthy.
I just want to keep moving. Throughout my whole life, I've just noticed people, they start to die when they stop moving. And I don't like doing the same thing every time, so the movement here at CrossFit is rarely, unless it's planned, it's rarely the same movement over again. So, I just want to move. I want to do something. And if it wasn't CrossFit, it'd be something else, but you just can't beat what I'm doing here. I just love it. Yeah,
that's incredible. And, most people don't have a CrossFit journey that started in, 2012.
Right.
We're 2020. We're looking at 8 years. I tell people all the time, like, hey, I got certified in 2007. I'm like, holy crap, that was 13 years ago. And then on top of that, the years that I did it by myself and this, that, the other, and, used it in the strength and conditioning setting at colleges. And some people gave me the crazy eye because I was doing snatches and clean and jerks, and next thing you know, those are the ones that are asking me, hey, teach me how to do that stuff. I'm like, hey man, you're the one that was knocking this stuff not too long ago.
Now we got the games and people just going crazy about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a ton of fun. How'd you get into weightlifting? How did that go? 2019, Bill Johnson, 50 to 54-year-old state champion. How did that journey start for you?
It was a pretty simple journey. I've been lifting weights since I was about 13 years old, so it's a really, really long time.
Awesome.
However, when I met Mike here at UMO, Mike's always talking about fitness and what my fitness background is. And I sit there and say, I've been doing weightlifting for a long time. And he asked me, you've been doing Olympic weightlifting? Or, you lift snatches and clean? I'm like, no, weightlifting. He's like, technically, these are two lifts. And I kind of didn't understand at the time, but once I started CrossFit, I come to find out that, these Olympic movements are a standard part of the CrossFit classes we do.
Absolutely.
But it's a part of repetitions. It's not detailed work. I'm not learning how to do it better. I'm just doing it as a part, not hurting myself and just getting conditioning out of it. Well, about a year ago, I asked Mike to start working on some of my deficiencies, which were strength. I used to think I was a strong guy till I came here, and I found out that I wasn't. However, he started working with me. And when I got to a certain point, he felt that I was ready to move on to my next stage. So he offered me some training in Olympic weightlifting, which means, start doing snatch work, start doing clean and jerk work. And at first, it was okay. But it's like golf. When you hit that first good shot and it felt great and you were amazed by that snatch that just floated over your head, and then it went heavier and heavier, and there's discernible. You can actually see that 1 kilo, that 2.2 pound increase. It felt incredible, and getting stronger was just great. And the circle of people we have here, you come in here on a Saturday, 20 people are in here lifting weights. It just grew on me, and I'll tell you what, it's comparable to me. Weightlifting is comparable to CrossFit. Now, I think I might like it just a little bit better, but CrossFit makes me a better weightlifter, and weightlifting makes me a better CrossFitter.
Yeah, not a coincidence that the CrossFit Games champions, I've said this multiple times, Matt Fraser and Tina, we're talking, she represents her country in the Olympics. Matt Fraser is on the same path to do that, switch them over, add the body weight, add the conditioning component to it. And, there's no way around it, folks. Like, you're not going to be a high-level athlete in the sport of CrossFit, actually almost any sport. We're seeing college football players, hang power clean, 405, just with that much raw power. And hey, they're trying to, going after that force production. They're trying to be fast. They're trying to be explosive. We're trying to do the same thing. And I know you said, hey, I realized I wasn't that strong. Well, Bill, 2019, you're a state champion, man. Pretty cool, awesome journey. You've done 2 weightlifting meets.
Yes.
One that we hosted here in Goldsboro. The picture for this podcast is from that 99 kilo clean and jerk. I think, it changed your life, but it changed everyone's in that
room. It was incredible.
I think we probably had 75 people in here cheering, trying to stand that clean up with you, man.
They stood it up for me. They did.
Just an incredible moment. I think you and me will never forget. And I always tell people, like, hey, Mike, what makes you wake up, show up at the gym at 5:15, this, that, the other, because of moments like that.
Yes, sir.
Because of moments just like that. So, you won states 2019. We're talking 3-4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next thing? Because I know you qualified for the next level.
I'm working on the championships at Orlando, Florida. That means I've got to do better. I've got to get stronger. I've got to get my technique down. I've got to master it. I've got to work.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to come without work. Never is. I started over here on this side of the house, as we call it, and I was doing shallow front squats. And you explained it to me. Hey, listen, whenever you pick up this clean, where are you picking it up? I'm picking it from the bottom. So where do your front squats got to be? At the bottom. So that's the work I got to put into. It's the accessory work is just as important as the big work. If I'm not doing the accessory work, those little muscles ain't going to support those big muscles and those
100%.
joints. So my goal is just to slowly move forward.
Yeah.
Slowly move forward, because I'm a master's athlete. I'm not going to make a 20-kilo jump in a month. So I'm going to get every bit I can. I'm going to make sure my technique is as good as I can get it. That means remote coaching. That means personal training. And then hopefully a month out from the Nationals that we roll in there, and I'm about to peak.
Cool. Awesome. That's incredible information and tons of advice for someone who's new to the sport, getting into the sport, or, hey, just looking for someone to look up to, Bill. You provide that for a ton of our athletes, other athletes. I know a ton of people around the state and around this country look up to you. And he's talking about the Nationals April 15th in Orlando, Florida. It's Masters Nationals. I believe we currently have 12 Masters qualified for that. Not all 12 are at CrossFit Goldsboro, but they're individuals that we train a remote program for. So pretty neat stuff there. And best of luck to you with that journey. Really crazy. Jeff Sasser and me did this at 6:30 this morning after this morning's WOD. He said the same thing. The thing that he loved the most about it is the process of putting in the work to better yourself.
That's it.
For both of you guys to say that on a podcast,
the work is great.
Hopefully, if it's the younger generation, or even if it's the mid 40s or mid 50s, hey, you guys can still change your life. You're gonna have to accept the fact that you're gonna have to put in the work. You're gonna have to go in there and master your craft. Is there gonna be some blood, sweat, and tears involved in that?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. And if you're not willing to do that, I don't know if you're willing to change your life.
You got to be coachable, and you got to be consistent. You got to be coachable and consistent, and just check your ego at the door.
100%. Unfortunately, we get reminded of that every day around these young bucks in here. It's pretty fun. One tidbit, what piece of advice would you get to someone who's looking to get into a fitness routine? CrossFit, obviously, we're love and passionate about, but what would you, tidbit for someone that's looking to get into a CrossFit gym?
I would say the gym. First off, you got to check the background of the gym and the coach. But, more importantly, just don't be afraid. Just walk in the door, because nobody knows what they're doing when they walk in the door. I had been doing this for a little while. I had no idea I thought I knew what I was doing until I walked in the intro class, and I discovered I didn't know anything I was doing. So just don't be scared. Just walk in the door, and you will pick it up. Your first 3 months, you will notice amazing changes if you just give it the 3 months.
Incredible. Well, Bill, appreciate your time, man. Thanks for the inspiration. Thanks for the leadership. I know you got a lot of love and support from the folks here, man. Thank you for your time. And if you guys ever get a chance, come check Mr. Bill out. He coaches some of our evening classes, coaches some of our weekend classes. Always brings a ton of energy, always brings a positive attitude. Thank you for your time. Mr. Bill is a veteran. Thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Coach Mike. I appreciate everything you do for me, sir.
Awesome, Bill. Thank you.